Hello and welcome to Trigger Warning yet again. We're back. Like, I don't know, herpes. Just don't go away. Got a full show tonight with loads and loads and loads of stuff which I'll probably ignore half of whilst I rant dementedly about one topic or another. But do enjoy it, but more so, enjoy the Duke.
It's time for Trigger Warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake. Triggerwarning.tv.
Well, that's a countdown. I've never had that. That was superb. Oh, 2. There we go. Welcome, guys. How are you all doing? Before we kick off with having a chat with the guys and talking about what's coming on the show, just a quick shout out to my mate Richie Allen. You may or may not be familiar with Richie Allen. He's got a radio show that goes out every night. He's got thousands upon thousands of listeners, does really well. Some of his conspiratorial stuff, you know, alternative news, that type of thing. Now, Richie's a good mate of mine. He's a top bloke. He's a very thoughtful and pleasant guy to be around. And we disagree on a great many things. We have some terrific disagreements on our beliefs, our ideologies, things, you know, things like that. But he's a good bloke. I found out today that he was on 2 strikes on YouTube. And one of those strikes, I'm not going to lie, was kind of bullshit. I know they're doing this big purge on people talking about false actors and things like that, you know, in shootings and whatever else. But the videos he got strikes for weren't really about that. Today his channel was wiped out completely. 1,400 videos just gone like that. And it's very disheartening for the guy, you know, because that's a huge volume of his work that's just vanished. And it's difficult because I know people fire it back at me. Well, you remove things from Live League, but we try. We don't always get it right. We do make mistakes, but we kind of try to get it right and be available to talk if we do get it wrong and fix it. And I just think it's a real pity, and it seems to be happening quite a bit. Now, the important thing is it is YouTube's ball, and they can take it home anytime they like. But I think this does illustrate that whilst these huge platforms are brilliant, you know, Facebook's great for keeping in touch with family you don't really want to phone up because you're not that keen on them. You know, my family are watching this, they're going to think I mean them. But, you know, in YouTube, for what it is, they're brilliant. But the centralisation of the net is damaging. It's damaging. It's like I tell people about Live League, it's not a one-stop shop. It shouldn't fulfil all your desires. You know, use different sites. Upload your stuff in different areas. Own your own online property. You know, have your site. Make sure it's connected. If you can't have one of your own, launch one off an indie. You know, don't go to the big corporates because they're predatory as fuck. And they can switch you off like that. Rightly, wrongly, doesn't matter. It's their company, it's their business. So, you know, best of luck, Richie. I'm sure we'll figure something out. I'm joined tonight by the boys. Got Mr. Showbiz himself, Graham Booth.
Hello. Hello.
And when someone said in there, like, hurry up, Graham, it's nearly 10, Graham was putting the whole show together.
I was like here just going, I'm doing it!
Literally, I just gave him a couple of things that I wanted to do, and he's just gone and put it all together, so he was really busy. And Cherry, how you doing, fella? You alright?
Sound as a pound.
Yeah, been drinking tonight?
Yeah.
Quality. No drugs.
Tell.
No drugs, obviously. No one does drugs.
No.
Look at his eyes, you can tell.
I did gaming wearing sunglasses.
That's it, yeah, because that wouldn't be odd at all.
I'm tired, man.
Graham, do you want to bring those ones in for him with the sluts?
I've got some, yeah, I'll sort you out in a minute. But yeah, in terms of pre-show stress, there's a bit of noise on our channel.
Yeah.
And I went down there to try and find out, and whoever did the redecorating has put that cable against something, but I can't work out what, because it's just...
Oh, it's disgraceful.
And then, so I had the stress on Channel 2 for us, and then as soon as we went live, I was like, oh God, there's something on Aiden's. And then I realised you're wearing your funky I'm sat here going, oh god.
It's time for the dad dance. It's time for the dad dance.
We got loads of people with us already though tonight. We got
Superb.
Lacey, we've got Manto Van, we got Bob, we got Chappie, Alan, David, Guy, James. Katrina on Facebook gave us a laugh. As soon as we started, she was like, the laughing emoji. No love, just laughing at us.
That's fine. I'll take what we can get. Got plenty of people over on Trigger Warning in the chat as well. Nice to see you guys there. And on Triggers2127 saying, fucking Cherry winds me up, crackhead cunt. He doesn't do crack. He doesn't do crack. That's totally fucking unfair. Crack's really expensive.
Oh, it's one of the Cherry fanboys, isn't it?
Yeah. Cherry gets paid in beer.
I'll bring me on.
I did let you take one home a few weeks ago.
A
didn't
Guinness,
I?
yeah, I can.
So there we go. That's pretty much the year's worth. Someone says, guess who I am? No, can't be fucked. But hello, everyone that's in there and on Triggers. If you want your username, just go and sign up. Don't give a fuck about your information. You're never going to hear from me. You know, put your avatar if you want. Do what you like. It's all there. Just fill your boots. But thank you for joining us. And anyone watching on Lively, I know there's no chat, but you're watching on the best site on the internet. Even better. Even better. Right? Graham?
What?
Even better than 4chan.
Then what?
Fucking 4chan.
Gotta whisper it though.
That's your point of reference. 4chan.
It's even better than 4chan. It's even better than MySpace.
I love that. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat tonight for you because I know you've not got it and I know you've not got like good access to it and everything. I'm trying to find some good stuff. And you're like, Graham.
Well, that's, you know,
4chan.
you gotta roll with it. 4chan.
I hate 4chan.
You know, as soon as you say something, Graham's there straight away looking for an image. He is mad busy.
It's
I
all
couldn't
right.
do that. I just about can get the emails up.
We know that's why you sat there, dude. That's why you sat there. You've
Looking
got that one thing, dude. Just, you're all right. You're doing fine. And on Triggers2137 says, cyclist, hear you fat, so, well, better fat than a fucking paedophile like you, dickheads. But there we go. Someone says signed up but won't log in. It's probably an email thing. Check your spam folder. I don't know. I can't really deal with that right now. On tonight's show, we're going to be talking about angry Muslims in India, gender neutral models. We're going to be talking about something going on in China. And then, of course, the main topic we're going to talk about is the fallout from the Florida shooting and what's going on right now with that. Now, last week, I did my very best to walk a very moderate line through the middle of it. This week might not be so moderate, so there might be some pissing and whining and people screaming about Eurotards and cuckolds and all those sort of things. You know the sort of thing. Remember, you can get in touch during the show. It's live at triggerwarning.tv. You can send us an email. I won't bother Skyping because whoever did the tidying up in the studio has completely fucked it. They've completely fucked it, and I've got to spend the best part of a day rewiring this prick now. But you can definitely email us. We'll get those. You can get in touch on Twitter at TriggeredTV. You can comment on triggerwarning.tv/live. And of course, on Facebook. Hello, Facebook. While we're still on Facebook. YouTube, we're hidden away on a different channel. Because the Trigger Warning TV channel's got a 3-month streaming ban for nudity and sexual content. That was after our halal episode. I don't know. But whatever it is, that's fine. First story. Angry Muslims in India. You see, they're very angry. Surprisingly. They found something else to be really mad about. It turns out that they are now burning piles of Pampers, which are nappies or diapers, to my colonial cousins watching this evening. Why are they burning nappies? Well, they believe that the cartoon cat's whiskers that are printed on the box look just like the Arabic spelling of Muhammad. Now, I'm no expert on Arabic writing, but you know, I've looked at a couple of pictures, and I think you've got to really... It's like looking at clouds and going, I can see a galleon full of pirates. It's just a fucking cloud, okay? That's a cat's whiskers. It's not Allah. And even if it were, why are you burning nappies, you fucking mental cases? Do you really think Pampers... There's anyone at Pampers going, I've had a fucking great idea. I've had a fucking great idea. Let's put Allah into a cat's face. That'll go well. So, of course, they're all mad burning it. But let's be honest, Better that than burning relatives who have shamed them, isn't it? So they're having a big nappy burning festival in India, apparently. It's the Muslims in India, not everyone else in India. Procter & Gamble, who own the company, have said the design was intended as an innocent animated cat. Doubtless they will apologise soon, though, because that's what we tend to do. Whenever anybody is offended, people just apologise. For reasons I don't fucking understand. People just, I'm sorry. Don't be sorry, just sit there and go, it's not Allah, it's a cat. It's a fucking cat. You know, it's like when they find it in tomatoes and shit. It's just tomato seeds. People need to cool the fucking jets. But then again, I'm going to say that this is perhaps not the worst thing that's happened with angry Muslims in that part of the world. So, you know, perhaps better Pampers than some of the other things. But the image has been branded an insult to Islam by critics, hence them staging the Pampers burnings. There's video footage out there. It's been viewed more than 175,000 times. Shows outraged parents making pyres out of Pampers baby dry pants in the streets in India. Doubtless while the kids are just pissing and shitting everywhere. Activists from the Islamic group, Dazga Jihad o Shahadat, yesterday lodged a formal complaint about the nappies at the Dabir Pura police station in Hyderabad. Yes, they've complained to the police. Now, the Trigger Warning podcast is coming out tomorrow. It's day late 'cause it's been half term. I've been out with my kid, been on family time. That's out tomorrow. We do talk about people calling the police for strange things in the podcast. And if you're one of our patrons on Patreon, the podcast you're going to get is about 80 minutes long. It's fantastic. Hardly rambles at all, does it, Graham? Hardly rambles at all. It's very tight and concise. Very tight and concise. So yeah, angry. Have you ever burned any nappies, guys? Have you ever thought about that? You burned anything because it's got the name of your god on it?
Can we not talk about burning and kids and me and man? Because I don't want to slip up and. No, I've never burnt any nappies, and that's all I have to say. I've got no interesting anecdotes beyond that. So there we go.
But yeah, no, not go there. In fact, let's move on.
Everyone's been logged out of Trigger Warning, by the way.
Have they?
Everyone's all going, why am I? It's same with me. I just replied.
It's probably just crashed to fuck.
Yeah, it's
not designed for that. It's like a temporary solution. But there's lots of anonymous people in there anyway.
So I just started copying my own thing that I wrote a while ago, and then as I was copying
it should be alright, 'cause it's on Cloudflare now.
Yeah.
So it should actually be okay, but I don't know. It was never designed to this. This is literally just a temporary stopgap solution. Have you had any emails yet, Jerry?
No.
Good. How are we looking on social media, Graham? Because I know you're all over it.
I'll tell you this from the start. I'm not reading out the hearts yet on Facebook until we get a lot more.
Are they a bit miserable?
They've let me down tonight, yeah. There's just not enough. There's not enough. And we need at least one lady, I think. It's just a bit of a white...
It was all dudes last week, wasn't
white
it?
middle-aged dudes right now, all just going, bing. So I'm not reading out the hearts until you all get in there. I can see people doing that already. But yeah, we've got Natalie's joined us, Ian's joined us, Guy as well, who I read out before. In terms of the comments, a non-triggerist 2130 is saying, so no Lacey for Skype. Gutted on that. Lovely Lacey is with us on YouTube though, and she said she's stroking her support peacock tonight.
Always the best thing to do.
people don't have pets anymore or animals around.
Just support creatures.
Support creatures, yeah. For fuck's sake, why is it every time I see Graham I keep thinking it's Russell Brand after a shit weekend? And apparently this is all caps as well. This is a non-triggerist 2134. Muslims fucked us again. Easter eggs are no longer being called Easter eggs. They've removed the Easter because it offends the bastards, and then there's lots of exclamation and question marks.
No.
So I'm assuming the question marks at the end are like,
am I right?
is this right?
Or have I just made it up?
Just throw shit everywhere and hope.
Still called Easter eggs in the shops, dude.
Of course they are, you absolute.
They're still called Easter eggs in the shops. If everyone's getting logged out, the site went on Cloudflare today, so I don't know, that shouldn't be causing an issue, but fuck knows. I don't know, because it handled more people than this last week. It's like 70 or 80. It handled it just fine, so I don't know what's going
I
on.
don't know. One of those things, isn't it? People are logging back in now anyway.
There's very little I
It's
can do
moving
while
by
I'm doing the
itself
show,
now,
guys.
I know, yeah. Tech support.
What I can't do during the show is go into the back end of the website and start trying to figure shit out. I am sorry. It's not. It's designed, the website, to sit on the front page and go, and if you wish, there's an old school forums there if you want to go and join in. It's mainly designed just to hold content. It's not designed to have this interactive shit going on. So, you know.
So Fano said that there was a kid shot at a school near my home today. Tensions are running high in local schools and it is not being reported in local media. Which, you know, I mean, we were talking about last week, weren't we? There's sometimes there's 3 in one day across America, but it's averaging every 3 days or so. So the fact that there was a shooting today is no surprise whatsoever. But everyone's focused on Florida, and it's been weird for me because it was terrible. But there's been a lot. I mean, what about fucking Vegas? But this one feels a little bit different in that
Something seems to be mobilising.
there seems to be, maybe there was just enough white people killed this time. Just enough white males.
I think there were plenty of
like,
people killed in Vegas at a country music gig.
That's what confuses me though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
going to go out on a limb and say it was a predominantly white audience.
Yeah. So what
but
is
I
it
think
then?
it's just, you know what, sometimes there's just that straw, isn't there? But we will be coming to that.
Yeah,
we will be
yeah,
coming
yeah.
to that. Definitely coming to that. We'll blast through some other things. Something I got told off for last night on Twitter, unusually for me. Happy Dog was around. How you doing, fella? I was trying to talk to him about something completely unrelated, but I kind of got into it with a future Labour politician. He's a young Labour person who corrected me. See, there's this, it just popped up in my feed because there's some newspaper reporter. There's a magazine called Diva. I think it might be an LGBTQRYZ. But they've got a model on there who apparently is gender neutral. And, you know, whatever. Okay? Fine. Except, got big boobs. Looks a bit like a bloke, got big boobs. And really hairy armpits. Might be French. I'm not sure. They have hairy armpits, I think. Except in porn films. Anyway, I digress. My issue was... the magazine said, Rain is an incredible person and we're absolutely thrilled to have them on our cover this month. Them. That's plural. Them. Or used for an anonymous group of people where you can't identify gender. You know, then them is... Except, but that's not them. That's her. It's her. Or in that picture, possibly he. You can only pick one or two. Not them. So I point out them. How many are there? Because it's getting fucking ridiculous now. I can't keep up. How can them? And then I'm told that them isn't a plural. Except it fucking is. It's not much of a verb when talking about an individual. Anyway, this them... Well, there's two there, isn't there? Same person, back and front. But them got breast. It's a woman. Might not identify as either gender, and that's fine. And we've spoke before about this. If someone identifies as a woman, I'll refer to them as she. It's no fucking skin off my nose. Don't bother me in the slightest. Same vice versa. More power to you. It's your life. Good luck. Doesn't hurt me. But now them. And I'm being told off in public for not being tolerant enough. Well, fuck them. Oh, don't. Yeah, whatever. Whatever tickles your pickle. I'm sorry, do you know what gender neutral actually is, Graham? Do you know what gender neutral is?
What?
It's an anagram for dickhead. If you take some letters away and add a couple. In fact, no, it is awkward dickhead. How fucking awkward that now, and when you meet them, you can't not get it wrong. Because if you meet someone and go, oh, hello, them, they might go, what do you mean, them? If you refer to them as them. If you refer to this person as them, they might get offended. But if you say he or her, you're fucked. You can't... Basically, you've just got to walk everywhere and just just fucking blinkers on. Don't talk about anything, except you don't in real life, because you don't meet these people in real fucking life. They're less than 1% of the population. Let's teach people to accept people. Okay? Let's teach people that they're a bit different. That's fine. It's he or she. And, oh, this one likes to be called them. You know, well, there you go. You tell your friends. I don't give a fuck. But you know what? You can't be offended if someone goes, no, I don't get it. Because, you know, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, I'm going to call it a fucking duck. I'm really, Graham, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm too old to understand this shit that these millennial pricks are telling me I must understand.
I thought it was like MX now. I thought
What?
MX was the thing.
What do you mean MX?
Like instead of Mr. or Miss it was like mix MX.
Mix. Fuck off.
But I just mean, why are you getting them thrown at you? That's
Mix. They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist. Right, I'm XIGHW.
Apparently, you, according to 2083, you self-identify as a hard-boiled egg. Hilarious.
It's the bald head, isn't it? I bet even your own mother thinks you're a fucking dull cunt, doesn't she? I'm busy.
I wasn't ready for that right in my ears then, because I was looking away and I just got dumb cunt. Oh, okay.
He's fucking ridiculous. I'm not doing MX. I'm not doing them. It's he or she. Do you know what? It's time to put a stop to this. There are two fucking genders. None of this bollocks that was invented in the 80s by feminists. There are two. There are men and women. Now you can be either. I don't give a fuck. You know? And identify as either. That's great. Go live your life. Be happy. Piss in whatever toilet you like. It means nothing to me whatsoever. But please, can we stop there now? There aren't 75 genders. It's stupid. Why is it these things only happen in affluent societies where everyone's comfortable? I'll tell you why. You're bored. I understand you could be gay. You can think, I'm not really feeling any particular... But it's not something that should be forced upon other people. Sorry you're having a bad day. I'm sorry you don't know whether you should have a dick or a fanny. I'm sure it's a terrible situation to be in. And genuinely, I hope it works out for you. But I can't be fucking understanding this shit. I must be too long in the tooth. I don't get it. I do not fucking get it. And I never will. Just scroll down a bit there. Fat, angry, bald gobshite. Well, can't argue there. Don't know who you are, Anon Triggerist. Because Cherry keeps fucking putting it up and down. Like, fuck. The other way. Yeah, down.
There you go.
2127, whoever that is.
2153 is getting a bit brave tonight.
They always are because they're anonymous. They're anonymous. See, what the rest of their life is sitting at home in a darkened room, crying and masturbating whilst their mum gets pumped by their new uncle. That's their life. So they can only empower themselves online when they're anonymous and really give it to people because it makes them feel good, and I understand that.
Wednesday.
I feel a bit like I wait for the Empire in Star Wars here, just calling 2145, getting a bit uppity, sending back. We've had another good one here. Natalie said that a really good quote, actually. I don't know if you've heard this one, but the acronym. Actively considering reassignment or not yet made up your mind. Acronym. Have you seen that from League of Gentlemen? It's fucking brilliant.
Oh god, it's fake.
It was like the new term.
I just felt my blood pressure.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh god, it's a joke.
No, you've got to watch it. They've just redone 3 episodes of the League of Gentlemen, and that one of the first jokes in it is like, well, what's the transsexual capture? And she's like, I identify as acronym these days, and you're like, what? But yeah, thanks for reminding me.
It is getting fun. Do you know there's a wrestling federation that's down, and we put an advert out. If you identify as a woman, come down and wrestle. I really hope someone that looks like giant fucking haystacks rocks up there. In case you don't know, British wrestler, I think he was 7 feet tall, thereabouts, 7'1", weighed about 300 pounds, big fucking beard, looked like he fucking stank to fuck. I hope one of them rocks up in a dress says, my name's Deirdre. Because there's that weightlifter as well. Have you seen that fucking weightlifter? Never won fuck all as a bloke. Decided he's a bird now. Fucking winning everything. Because he's a big fucking massive weightlifter.
I had a mud wrestling match against 2 women once. And,
Sweet.
They beat me. But
They would.
I didn't mind.
Then they held you down and fucked you, and that's when you realise this gender confusion thing's getting a bit much.
Well,
mud wrestling with 2 girls, though, I'm impressed.
Yeah, it was a good night. It was a fun night. I
bet.
was bruised. When I had the shower afterwards, I was all slippy still, and I fell over in the shower. I was like, oh.
Cleansing yourself.
Yeah, it was a good night. It was good. They called me the White Horse when they came up. White Horse.
The White Horse.
That was I don't know where he got it from, but I enjoyed it.
Somewhere.
A non-triggerist 2130 has said, my son told me he wants to be a girl and is going for a sex change. I haven't seen him in 2 years since I told him to go be a freak somewhere else. I hope he's dead.
I think that's bullshit.
I hope it's bullshit.
Yeah.
So do I. That's really bad.
Because if that isn't bullshit, you are a genuine gold-plated cunt.
Yeah.
You really, really are. And it's such a shame that you were blessed with a child, only to cast them away because you don't approve of them.
Yeah, like really
Greatest
shit
fucking
hair
gift
and-
you can ever get as a human being. I've just been told not to tar millennials with the same brush.
Well, they're sorting out gun control now, aren't they? So you're you're gonna have to shut up about them soon.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
We're going to talk about. We talked about that on the podcast, didn't we? When they all went to Tallahassee and they were like, "We're gonna," and all the Republicans just fucking voted anyway.
Yeah, that's nice, kids.
And they were all, it's like, what did you expect? The fact that your 15-year-old ass was in the stands, do you think they're going to change the fucking vote?
It's like things we've also about when I've been told that old people shouldn't be allowed to vote because they're nearly dead, and we should give the vote to 16-year-olds, which is fucking ridiculous.
2145 has said, "Shut up, Hayden. Go and buy a KFC PMSL."
I don't like KFC. Why would I don't understand. If it's the chicken shortage, we sorted that out on the podcast, which goes out tomorrow. We sorted it. But what do you mean, shut up? Why would you watch a program about some fucking fat man talking and go, "Shut up now"? How did you think that was going to pan out? Shut up. Shut up.
Do you know what? Next break, I'm reading out the hearts, but you're all doing very, very well. They're stacking up on Facebook now.
Oh, bless.
And I never go on Facebook. The only time I go on it ever is specifically on your video. Your
I know,
thing
and
for
I'm
the week.
still working out the Facebook farewell. I have the list of things that are intolerable on Facebook.
I'm
now.
looking forward to that one.
Oh, it won't be on a Thursday night, but we will be doing a special farewell Facebook show.
When you said last week we'd be signing off in style. And
Yeah, my luck, I won't get fucking banned. If a tranny tries to talk to my child, I'll punch her fucking light suit.
Her. That's a bit.
Well, at least he's
offensive.
accepting of that.
Yes, progress. Yeah.
He's getting there. He's halfway there. What you got to watch out for is that the tranny doesn't just fucking chin you to fuck as well. What do you think? All of a sudden, it's like, when you hear people
I've
going,
seen that and all.
I've seen them fighting in town. It's fucking brilliant. Oh, it's the best. When you see a couple, not transsexuals, but just transvestites, when you see a couple of them going at it properly, it starts off like a cat fight. Then they remember. Then it's fucking, one's got hold of the other one and they're just fucking laying it in. Oh, it's marvellous. Very
You can
exciting.
fight.
Do enjoy that. Do enjoy that. China. Now, I love the way Graham does that. He hears me change it fucking straight in. Marvellous. The government has had to step in to spoil things again. See, apparently since the 90s, there's been a growing trend of having strippers at funerals. That's right, you're saying goodbye to your beloved, and then someone pops up, probably to, I don't know, what music do strippers dance to now, guys? You know this better than I do.
You'd think so.
Oh no, all the strippers were finished when you turned up at the club last week. He went to the titty bar last week, didn't he? Bloke.
Dude on the bar.
And that's it. So you just got an oily rub down off him. Whatever music, anyway, the stripper nips up and does a turn. Now, it might have been in your last will and testament, but apparently it's been getting more and more popular to have a stripper at a funeral, which some see as inappropriate. Can't imagine why. It's a solemn occasion. Why not have some tits and ass? Apparently the government are concerned now because more and more often the strippers are bringing grieving men up onto stage to undress them. And I have to admit, there's something equal parts disturbing and fucking hilarious at the thought of a sobbing man slowly undressing a disinterested woman in front of their friends and family at a fucking funeral. I can't imagine that could be like this. Can you think of anything worse? Just crying and peeling the clothes off a fucking stripper. Just apparently though it's been popular since the 90s, but the Chinese government have said it's got to stop. And you know that when they say it's got to stop, there's no fucking about. So that's an end of it. So if you're gonna die, do it soon. If you want to have a stripper at the funeral. I was going to say, like, get the old ladies down the stairs and shit like that, but that's probably wrong, and I shouldn't do that. But this doesn't go out in China anyway, so it's all good. They can't hear me. Banned in China. Banned fucking everywhere. I nearly said something I shouldn't about being banned in countries then as well. Whoops. I'm not supposed to talk about that. I'll keep that to myself. And on Triggerist 2129 says they should use the corpse as a pole. That'd be nice. Well, they have those other funerals, don't they, where they have them sat at the table. They have a family, like, they got the corpse out, they pose it, and he just sits there like, while the party's going on around it, and people queue up and say goodbye. And I'd find that tremendously fucking unsettling. And corpses are tremendously unsettling, even when it's a loved one.
I'm going to get stuffed, and then I'm going to get put in my ex-girlfriend's living room and sit there staring at her.
So I didn't have the mics up then, so it just came on ex-girlfriend's living room. So you want to get stuffed?
Yeah.
And then
I am.
Because I didn't know you were going to suddenly talk, so I was like, oh god.
Sorry. Just had an email in.
Oh my word.
I know. Ragget, Mez said you're sex pest. Asked where your key is.
It's probably not one to read out on the show.
Oh,
And whoever you are,
oh, it's Mez. She's
he's here to have fun and hang out. Probably not personal message time through the show email, because
she's willing.
he'll just read it out, and it's not ideal, and it could go somewhere terrible.
And if you write in capitals, I'll shout it.
Yeah, and badly. So perhaps stick to texting him on his phone rather than personal messages during the show. There's I don't know who you are, but that's a good one. Thank you.
It makes a difference rather than getting, I've not done the pots.
You shouldn't be getting those either. Any more emails there, Cherry?
No, just that one.
Just that one. We'll wait for other people.
It was just a shout out for Luba and Mez. That was all.
That's absolutely fine. Hello.
And my
Who?
friends in Canada as well, Brittany.
Brittany?
Sorry, yeah, Brittany. Brittany Kitty.
Brittany and Kitty.
No, Brittany Kitty.
Probably best not to give the full name out.
That's not a name.
That's fine. Brittany Kitty. Is she a stripper?
Possibly.
It's a stripper name. No offence. If you are offended.
I may or may not have been to Canada. At some point.
I may or may not have put a crisp $20 bill in the band of her panties. I'm not sure.
Dollar bill.
What happened with the political party idea? Again, something we spoke about last night. It's still on the cards. The thing is, I downloaded all the stuff, all the forms and everything else. A couple of things getting in the way. Number one, it'll cost money. So I've got other things to put money into at the minute. A different project. And number two, just the amount of work. Now, it is going to happen. But I won't tell you because it'll just turn up. It is going to happen. I won't be standing for election anywhere because I'm unelectable. But someone else might. So that's looking quite good. So it is going to happen, just not now, because it's all well and good me going, I'm going to start a political party. And then you see the forms you have to fill in.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit. Yeah.
It's a good couple of days' work there, and some cash.
Do you want to put us off though?
They're not going to put me off. I'm going to do it. It is going to happen.
Speaking of that, actually, Shifty Moses has just messaged saying, has Aidan ever had Milo on the show? And you did agree to say that I could be the Milo of the Trigger Warning
You will
Party.
be the Milo of the Trigger Warning Party. That's not a problem.
A disgrace to my own kind and wearing a bulletproof vest.
Absolutely. I would love to have Milo on the show. I just don't know what I'd talk to him about. But yeah, I'd have anyone on the show. Problem is, most times when we reach out for people like, do you want to come on and have a chat? They're like, no, because you're a prick. And I think you'll be horrible. And it's not the case. We've had people on, regardless of whether I agree, disagree, think, or whatever, you know. But no, maybe we should start reaching out to some people again. That might be a good idea. I don't know about Milo, though, but it'd have to be more involvement from you guys. I don't mind sitting down and having a chat with these guys, but questions and things, we got loads for Tommy Robinson, so that was cool. He's now too famous to talk to us. Way too famous to talk to us. But yeah, maybe we should try that again. Maybe that'd be Sorry, I just got distracted by Triggerist2183 saying Hayden spelt incorrectly. The operative word is fuck Facebook. Which is the operative word in those two words? I'm not sure, but I do get the sentiment, and don't worry.
That looks like I'd read an email out.
Oh, you've written that in cherry. That's very good. How are we doing on social media, Graham? Because it looks like you're busy doing something else.
Yeah,
He's on Instagram.
I was actually going through the trigger warning chat at the time, and on Triggerist it just said, 2185 said, "What the fuck is this shit? Troll Central is anonymous. Fucking pussy shit."
It's not Live Leak, dickhead.
But
It's not live. What did you think? I'm going to sign into a totally different website with a temporary chat system. Why doesn't it have access to the Live Leak database?
One, and I'm surprised that no one's pointed this out yet. One that has down thumbs. Both trigger warning and the new one that you did, Cogent Nation, all had down thumbs. That kind of fucks off the conspiracy theories a little bit, doesn't it?
No. No.
Happy Dog has said that Cherry is the trigger warning Ron Burgundy. He'll read anything you put in front of him.
Stay classy, Happy Dog.
That'll be tricky.
I'm still a bit freaked out about him knowing it. I know why now. I found out why, but the fact that
the audio was live, wasn't it?
Yeah. Whilst I was talking about pooing.
Lovely.
Speaking of that, Graham's butt's still sore. I'm hoping that's Happy Dog that's written that anonymously. Mick was watching Kiss on YouTube and saw this on his phone. Rock on.
Yeah, get in.
Joined us.
Sweet.
Just going to say, I know a lot of people are bringing drama from Live Leak into, and I know you're anonymous and you think it's cool and all that, and but really, you're being a bit of a cunt. Okay, it's already shit enough on there listening to you fucking spastics nipping at each other over bollocks, but doing on here as well. Come on, get it together, guys. Fucking lame. It's embarrassing. It really is. It's shame all these guys. We're on Live Leak. We're hard asses. We should be allowed to say anything more. Oh my god, he's upset me. I'm going to dox him. Fucking screaming fairies, for fuck's sake. They are. And now people are getting logged out because I put trigger warning on Cloudflare today, which is supposed to help cope with volume, lower bandwidth, help with everything, and people are just getting logged the fuck out. I can't buy a win.
And you've been paying.
I know, for everything.
I know. Speaking of which, Patreon, eh?
Yes, if you'd like to help with the Trigger Warning project, patreon.com/triggerwarningtv. If you become $4.99 amongst the top tiers, fuck all. If you do that, you get early access things. You get access to the Safe Space Trigger Warning shows. These are mini shows that are quite embarrassing for the people who are in them. And you will also get more content on the podcast. Lots more content sometimes. Depending upon if Graham and I have anyone else telling us to shut the fuck up or not. If not, it's a long podcast. You get all that, and there's something else we're working on right now that should be, if you're of a certain age or just a fucking idiot, you'll love it. And we're working on that now. I've been talking to Daz about that. Anything you do put into Trigger Warning stays with Trigger Warning. Any other projects I do doesn't go near it. Okay? Trigger Warning. That's all it is. And, the ideal is that it pays for itself and then gets the guys a few beers for doing what they do. And I think that'd be really cool. And, we're getting there. We are getting there. That's the thing. We're definitely on the way. So thank you to all those who do contribute, whether via Patreon or some that just want to use PayPal, which they do. We appreciate all of it. All gets spent on the overheads with the hosting and the fucking software and all the other bollocks I have to pay for. The software we use for the podcasts, which is everything's a monthly fee now on the bloody internet, it seems. But it all goes on the project. And it's appreciated. And if it goes over running costs, I'll just get something else that the project needs. Move on to the next tier of development, and then I'll cover it for a bit until it catches up, whatever it takes. But if you'd like to help, please do. If not, continue enjoying it for free. It's cool. It's all good. Whatever you want. Someone said Patreon when the chat works. The thing is, Trigger Warning is not responsible for what Live Leak does, but I understand the sentiment, and that's fine. And it's going to work very soon. I don't know who you are, so I can't hold you to it. But it's going to. Someone said I'd pay if it worked. You sat here watching it. You know, you said the site is not designed for what you're doing. That was me going, well, we'll give them something to use if the other breaks. I don't know what is it people want?
Your soul.
Tell you what, just keep enjoying it for free, and when it works, just enjoy it for free anyway. Well, we're not making deals.
You know what? 2165. Too late. 3 kids. Little cherries all over the world.
I've already got my kid as well. As if 2165 doesn't need a vasectomy. 2165.
Gender neutral.
Yeah, no, just never getting laid. That's the way it works. Let's have a look. Watching this show has coincided with my longest unemployed period. Hope you get some work soon, dude. Someone asking questions. This isn't Live League support, you thick fuck. Seriously.
It's a serious question.
It's not a serious question, dickhead. Why don't you feature my stuff? My stuff's great. Shit happens. Suck it up. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know half of what people are talking about in there now. You hurt me, Fifis. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I'll tell you what. Give us your PayPal address. I'll send you $5. You can go and buy a hug from Fiverr.com. In fact, just buy it and then bill us. That'll be even better. How are we looking on the Book of Face?
I'm ready to read out the hearts now.
Oh!
We've got Sarah, Ian, Guy, Fano, Kelly, Lynn, Katrina, Alice, James, and Natalie.
It was Zara, the first one.
Yeah, some of the lads went actually. There was lads there before they were no.
Just taking them back off.
Drifted over. But yeah, hiya. You're alright. Thanks for the hearts.
Thank you. That's lovely.
Appreciate
Enjoy it
it
while we can.
And there's more hearts than likes or laughy faces or anything.
Cool. And by the way, if there are any comments on the YouTube feed, I'll never see them. Sorry, unless it's in real time. Any other comments, I'll try and get around to. As if we can't deal with them in the show, I'll do. I usually have a mooch around later on.
I can very quickly sum up YouTube for you. It's like, Lacey, what do your fingers smell like? Things like that. And there's a couple of
Do they smell like fingers?
It's just constant. It's relentless. And there's a couple of people saying they want me for either MP or PM. Neither of which are viable because I'm too kinky for that life, but I'm not quite kinky enough to be one of them. Do you know what I mean? It'd come out, you know. No, it would not come out. I talk quite openly about all the stuff I'm into. I'm not asked about that, but it wouldn't. I wouldn't fit in that world because I don't want to fuck infant pigs or anything like that. I just like, you know.
What infant animals would you fuck?
You've
been very specific about the pigs, which leads me to believe there might be another animal.
One of them where you're just directing something by, because I always do that, man. I take attention by giving like so much truth. But nobody asks about that a little bit over there.
That's the thing. I'm always looking for the angle here. You see, right? Gun control. That's it. I knew there was something spilling around inside it. Here we go. Here it comes, boys. Brace yourselves. In the fallout from the Florida shooting, as we know, there have been calls for gun control, bans on things like AR-15s. On last week's show, we tried to do a chat about why you'd want guns and everything else. I would very, very pointedly walk a middle line on it. Because I can try and understand both sides in it, ignoring all the cucktard and all this bullshit commentary and just trying to walk down the middle of it. Now, I was interested to see what the response would be from government. One of the first things I saw from the Don was that they're going to make it harder, he's considered making it harder for people with mental problems to get guns. Now, I'm pretty sure they repealed some legislation that already dealt with that, but okay. Now, the thing is, there's one inescapable fact. It's inescapable. If you remove certain weapons from society, you have less of these incidents. However, as I pointed out in an old article that's on Trigger Warning now called The Price You Pay, if you think this is the price you have to pay to have that level of freedom and you desire that more than anything else, then there you go. That's the price you pay. It is dead kids. Okay? Fine. But less of these things, in general, in other parts of the world that also have mental health issues and bad guys and other things, removing it seems to put an end to these sort of massacres. Might be different in the States. Might be. But I thought it'd be interesting to see what they do. Would they remove the right to own, buy new AR-15s and those sort of rifles, people, which, again, seems like a bit of a nothing, but it's kind of important, and no. Because the NRA lobby, no matter what, never mind the gun fans that won't believe it, the NRA would never allow it, okay? They pay millions upon millions to lobby government. They're one of the largest lobbyists. They make sure the Second Amendment remains completely intact, even beyond what it says. And that's, whatever. A lot of gun owners are very happy about that, and I get that. But I've seen a lot of gun owners championing something else. Donald said there, who's straining to get his tiny little fucking fingers around the barrel of that gun. He said, arming teachers might be the answer. In 2016, he tweeted, "Crooked Hillary said I want to arm teachers." Not true! And he said teachers should have concealed firearms in training. So when the media said Trump believes teachers should be armed, he's come back again and said, not true, even though that's pretty much what he fucking said. And of course the supporters of this, who, is so polarised now, because the alternative is to think that you have to support fucking Hillary, or still going on about Obama or whatever. He's fucking gone, is that you have to support everything. Otherwise, thanks for that, dude. Otherwise, you're being unfaithful or some bullshit. They're saying, well, we guard courthouses and prisons, and why not? Celebrities have guards, which, by the way, that's a private person's choice. Why not schools? Because has it ever occurred to you? Oh, and Donald also said schools should be hardened. Hardened. Prison. Military. Hardened. Is this really the best solution you can fucking think of? To send your kids to school in a hardened environment where people who really probably shouldn't and don't want to be armed are armed to protect them. Thinking that this will stop these kind of things. Is this the best? Why, a lot of the guys who've been barracking me online about this, when I'm even questioning it, go on endlessly about pro-life and you murder babies. Why do you stop giving a fuck about them once they start going to school? Why? Kids are being fucking killed for nothing. Just so you can sit at home with your AR-15, fantasising about the day you get to shoot some cunt that's come in your house to steal your Blu-ray player. Oh, it's a mental health problem. Well, do you know what? That's harder to fucking fix. Every country's got mental health problems. Maybe you've got to meet halfway. You've got to come up with some solution. There isn't. Let's give more people fucking guns. I asked a Vietnam veteran, because I don't know about shootouts. I've never been in a fucking shootout, in a firefight. What he thought about arming teachers. He said more kids will fucking die. Because he's been in firefights with trained people. And he knows what happens. I know a lot of you have these John Wayne fantasies where you're always faster than the bad guy. You're always a better shot than the bad guy. You've seen Star Wars, you know the bad guys can't shoot for shit. But what if you're not? What if the teacher takes out the gun to have a pop at the bad guy and they're shitting themselves, the adrenaline's coursing? They're only teachers. And they pop the fucking top of the skull off some kid across the classroom instead of the prick with the fucking gun killing the kids. Top of the head off. That's 2 lives fucked right there, isn't it? Now, I saw someone mention, well, you say about hardened and everything, but there was that shooting on the military barracks. And people were very quick to say, well, the soldiers aren't armed on them, because they're not. They keep the guns in the armoury until they're being sent out to do their job. But the MPs are armed, and it's hardened. So there are armed people there, And yet, miraculously, that fucker didn't get shot to fucking pieces. But we're expecting school teachers to do it. So what's the other option? If it doesn't pan out with fucking school teachers. Because you can't ban all guns. Don't start giving that hyperbolic, fucking, idiotic, crass, stupid, fucking whataboutery bullshit. Okay? We know no one wants to take all your guns away. Fucking hell. You'd never feel safe again. So what are the options if the teachers can't do it? Mercs? Soldiers? That's a great idea. That'd be lovely for the kids, won't it? That'd be fucking lovely for the kids. Going to school, seeing men walking round with fucking semi-automatic weapons to protect them. That'd be fantastic. What a lovely way to raise your fucking children. What a fucking lovely way to raise your kids. And some are telling me, but this is the only way. Because I've got my God-given right, which is an amendment. I really wish some of you guys had learned the meaning of that fucking word as well. And that's more important than just thinking, do you know what? Maybe I don't need this sort of weapon. Maybe I know it's fun and it's easy to shoot and, you know. I fired one. It was tremendously exciting. Fired one full auto in Vegas. It was fucking great. I understand. A lot of fun. And then you say, well, I'm a responsible gun owner, but they still get nicked and they still get sold and you don't know what's going to happen to them. And like it or lump it, there is a repeating pattern in weapons used in these sort of shootings. And they say if you outlaw guns, only outlaws have guns. Yeah. But most of the people that carry out these shootings, the overwhelming majority, aren't criminals until they start shooting. They're allowed to own the guns. So you got to do something. I'm just not sure giving school teachers firearms and saying, protect the kids, is a very good idea. It's some kind of weird third world fucking answer to this sort of shit, you know? And on Triggerist 2200 says, no one is suggesting that, Hayden, you cunt. Apart from your president, you thick fucking idiot! He's tweeted it, he's explained it, he wants them to be trained so they're good! Fuck's sake. Jesus. You're making up fake news! Fucking spastic. Stay out of the USA, it's dangerous. Go to the UK instead where it's safe. In many regards, it's a shit sight safer than being in the USA, apparently, but there we go. The weapon has nothing to do with the killing, says another fucking idiot. Oh. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. With guns! Well, they stab people in the UK, rarely 17 at a time. Yeah, here we go. Guns for cash, but not for kids. Cash is more valuable than children. You don't blink when you see an armoured car protect. Because the cash doesn't worry about growing up around that kind of oppressive fucking atmosphere of fear. Think about what you're saying before you take that. And someone's now here. Funny, Hayden bitches about other countries but says fuck all about the UK, which is utterly fucked up in many ways. Funny. Apart from all the shows I've done about the fucked up government I have here, how they're fucking up my country, how the people they're letting in and just dropping in the fucking streets without assimilating them are causing problems, how they're killing the NHS, the prize jewel that we have, how the privatisation of our national services has turned it into fucking shit. Apart from those things, dickhead. Don't give me that butthurt fucking fanny. Go and smear some cream on your sore fucking ass, you miserable fucking snowflake. How dare you criticise my country, you foreigner. Fuck yourself, turn it off. Turn it off, click that little red X and go and have a wank to some Rush Limbaugh. Go and watch Alex Jones, make you feel better about yourself, you weak-minded fucking pussy. Hire retired cops and military for school safety officers. Yeah, great. That answers it. That answers it. More guns. Give the teachers suicide vests. There's a shooter, kids. Let's just go together. That's, yeah, why not? It's not any more ridiculous. Got any comment about your country being taken over by Muslims, Hayden? Forget the USA. Yeah, I've got one. It's not being taken over by Muslims, you paranoid cunt. You're listening to Paul Joseph Watson. Okay? He says things, so you keep clicky, and you keep agree, and you buy his Conservatism is the new counterculture. T-shirts, you fucking idiot. He's no different to fucking CNN. He just tells you what you want to hear. And that's what you want to hear, you paranoid fuck. I need a gun for safety. What kind of world do you live in where you need a gun to feel fucking safe? Have one because you want one and it's fun. Brilliant. Have one just in case someone attacks your house with a fucking tank. I need to stand up to my government. Yeah, because you'll do that. It's all bollocks. Cars kill people, but that's not what they're made to do, dickhead. That's not what they're made to. You fuck. Who gets these arguments? Did you read a meme on the internet and think that makes fucking sense? Cars kill people. Let's ban cars. Yeah, because that's what cars are designed to do. Knives kill people. Ban knives. Grow the fuck up. People will kill people with fucking sticks, stones, the fists, and everything else. But you know what? That little toy you rub, because it's so satisfying when you're cleaning it. He's designed to fucking kill people, you feeble-minded cunt. Have guns. Enjoy your rights. Be reasonable. Think about the kids that you talk about so often, that you want to protect in the womb, that you don't want doing this and doing that. Got Trump blaming... Now he's blaming fucking video games. Video games and videos. When our country's killed over 1 million fucking people in Iraq, he's blaming videos and games and shit like that. When we're pumping out and telling, look how great it is to fucking kill people. No, bollocks. Absolute bollocks. So, you know. And someone says Hayden's cyclist here. I know you are, dude. See, this is exactly why Troll Central is a waste of time. Talk shit about Facebook, but this is full of idiots. Some of them are, but it's their opinion. That's the point. It's their opinion. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. They can be as ignorant and fucking stupid as they want. They live in a fantasy anyway on the internet. Who am I to say they shouldn't be allowed to have their opinion? No. You know, that's fine. Why not hire retired cops and military for school safety officers? What's the problem? Come on, bald faggot. Give me a legit reason why that won't work. I don't think you've been listening, have you? I know it's difficult to process information you don't agree with. So you become like a complete fucking retard instead of the semi-retard you obviously are. Kids shouldn't have to have armed guards to go to school. If you don't see that that's wrong, you're part of the fucking problem. Something's gone wrong. No one's saying you shouldn't be allowed to have guns, but something's gone fucking wrong. And until you can fix it, perhaps you're going to have to meet them halfway. Or keep stacking dead kids up like fucking cordwood while your politicians take millions off the NRA and say, my thoughts and prayers are with you. Thoughts and prayers. Please, get a fuck. Kids are dying. But of course you only give a fuck about them until they're born. I know, pro-life. Pro-death penalty. Pro-gun. Pro-life. That's right. We're near the end of the show. We got any emails there, Cherry?
A shitload.
Shit.
As in 7.
I'll reply to them later. Just give me one. We're running out of time.
Short one. For Mark, hello, Mad Eyes. Don't know who the fuck he's talking to.
I can't imagine. Can't imagine.
It's got a couple on gun control. That's about it. Hello, Aidan. You, Graham, Cherry are doing great things for the internet and Live Leak Forum. I am glad to be part of the show involving in something excellent. People say really good thing about your show. Donald Trump. That's what he says.
People seem to say far more worse things, but they come back every week and that's all that matters, you know. Apart from the ones who won't, who are going to be butthurt for a bit. I love the way they go, bald faggot, like, what? What a pointless fucking gesture.
I know.
It just really is the most pointless one. Go on, scroll down. This is from Triggerist 2 when everyone stop there. Hayden, I grew up in Texas and my high school there were always at least 2 armed cops. I'm curious why it seems like some states have police officers at the school and some don't. I don't know, but it's terrible. Someone said knife wielding man attacks 11 at Chinese kindergarten. Does happen. Does happen. Not as often apparently. I'm all over the place with my views on guns. Not really. I'm quite concise on them. I know it's part of your culture to own guns. Americans want to own guns. It's their legal right to own guns. But there's a problem in America, and I believe responsible gun owners, and they all tell me they're responsible, should perhaps realise that they might be part of the problem as well and could, meet halfway. Not at least fucking take all the gun nutcases, because that's a fucking non-starter. But be reasonable about why you have them and what you need and why you want them. But again, your call. Someone says fuck you. Probably not. Arm the Teletubbies, possibly. You shouldn't have guns just because, but the child grooming gangs in the UK, no problem. Guns, guns, guns. USA. Hayden says another fucking spastic. I never said you shouldn't have guns because I know these guys can't hear, Graham. They can't listen. Do you know why?
Why?
They don't agree. So I'm not listening, and I'm going to write this point out that I think's really clever, because nothing about grooming, except we've spoken about the grooming gangs. Now they're all from northern fucking Pakistan, but the press are frightened to fucking say it in case it's seen as racist. But it is, and it's a problem within that culture in certain areas of our country, except we've spoken about that. But I don't talk about it all the time, because that would make me as boring, repetitive, and pointless as you. We're talking about something that's going on in the world now, something big that's we're talking about. We'll go back to that if it rises up again. I've got no problem talking about fucking anything. None whatsoever. This week I'm talking about spastics like you that would rather own a certain type of gun than give a fuck about the lives of children. How are we doing on Facebook there? Because we're getting close to wrapping up time, I think.
Do you know what? I accidentally closed the Facebook tab.
That's fine then.
We were that close to the end. I was like,
I'll talk to them later.
In terms of the rest of it, yeah, we're getting a lot of that stuff. Like 11 children die texting them while driving every day. Which again, yeah, that's terrible. But that's got fuck all to do with gun control. Lars has said that arming teachers would only lead to more chaos. Which, of course, is true. I mean, Jesus.
They can't see it, though, because they're paranoid that someone wants to take all the guns. And there are people out there that would. And that's just not going to work in America. It's just not going to work.
And we've got that, I can't... No gun ban would have stopped him, 2091, which I'm not sure how... What are you, time traveller or something? He's tried all these different scenarios, and no matter what he did, it kept fucking it up. He even went back and destroyed the amendment, and it still didn't do it.
It still happened.
It always happened in Florida, the Florida Valentine's Day shooting.
Here we go. Fuck this pussy lib anti-gun wanker. I'm going to go clean my guns and thank God that Hayden doesn't live in my country. God bless America. We will overcome this. Yeah, thoughts and prayers. Oh, yeah. Got thoughts and prayers. America, fuck yeah, gonna polish my guns while I dream about shooting a black man that comes to my house. Fuck him! Yeah, America! God, guns! I love kids! I love meat! I'm a man! You fucking loser. Go and polish your guns. Enjoy them. They're yours legally. Enjoy them mightily. And remember, next time a load of kids get fucking shot, or you just have them in your thoughts and prayers. Because I bet you love God as well. God-loving, God-fearing American polishing your guns while fucking nutters that legally own guns slaughter children and your God watches children get cancer. Are you pro-assault rifle for Syria? Don't give a fuck about Syria. Honestly, it's fucked. Okay, it's fucked. Why? Do you believe in apples or oranges? Two different things, dude. Except they're both fruit. It's bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. I'm talking about America. What is it about you fucking idiots that you can't stay on one topic without trying to desperately deflect because you lack the intellect to put across a simple argument? Or just be honest. Be honest. I like my fucking guns. Fuck you, they're mine. I'm having them. And you know what? My opinion means fuck all. Means fuck all. Except you're still getting all butthurt and fucking triggered about it. You fucking pussies. You go... polish your guns, do whatever you want, and I'm glad I don't live wherever the fuck you live as well, dude.
I think you had a good point in that if you want your guns, keep your guns, that's fine, you do that, but you have to accept and understand the reality that means kids are going to get shot
that's
at the
price.
rate they are doing. You can't go, oh, well, it wouldn't have happened, or it's not connected. Just sit down and just go, well, yeah, because where they have banned guns in response to this stuff, or they've controlled it or whatever, because you can still get guns here, but they've regulated it. That's the thing.
You can own semi-automatic rifles here.
So when you say banned guns, it's not all guns are gone completely from the entire country and everyone's there going...
Wouldn't it even be better just to make things a little more strict and stringent?
Exactly. But you're right, if you do want to keep the guns situation as it is now, where you can buy whatever the fuck you want, then kids are going to die, and that's it. And they're going to keep dying over and over again.
But it's alright, because the thoughts and prayers.
Well,
We've got thoughts and prayers. That's all you need. Thoughts and prayers, but this isn't the time to talk about guns. Let's not politicise this issue.
I've got a spud gun.
Let's hope till it all goes away, until it all happens again. And as I said last week, the funny thing is, I fucking love America. I think America's fucking great. I've got American family. I don't mean British family. I mean American family. I think it's a fucking great country. Got a lot of great friends from there. Got no problem with America. No problem. I mean, I've got problems with your government sometimes, but I have problems with a lot of governments sometimes. Ours, the fucking EU. Major problems with the EU. Fucking hate it. Someone mentioned Merkel in there. Wouldn't piss on her if she was on fire.
Did you see what it said about Merkel?
Yeah, I'd eat her out or some shit like that.
I would.
I literally wouldn't piss on her if she was on fire. But these guys need to put me into that whole thing because it's the only way they can comprehend someone saying you might have a problem. But I get that. It's fine, you know. It's your right. It's absolutely your right. I had 2 teachers in my school carry personal protection weapons. My music teacher's police husband was shot dead. Fucking hell. Muslims kill many kids. Why don't we ban them? So does stupidity, but you're still fucking here.
And you know what? If you start putting an armed guard or whatever at the school, that's the first person that's going to get shot.
Usually.
That's how it's going to open, isn't it? The next school shooting.
But they could. See, the thing is, it could help, but what's the cost? No one's thinking long-term cost. They're thinking, all we need is one good result. You know, could be another 10 school shootings, but if there's one where the bad guy gets shot, we can talk about that a lot. You know, the exception to the rule is often a very good talking point for a lot of people here. Someone said, then stop talking down to America, you fucking arrogant asshole. I'm not talking down to America. I'm talking down to fucking idiot Americans like you. And I'm talking down to you because you're generally inferior.
It's like when you said last week, it's like in the UK, people who use guns like criminals shoot other criminals.
Yeah, most of our gun crime is inter-criminal gun crime, which is just gene pool cleaning, really. Some innocent people do get shot, though. It does happen, just not very often. And it's massive news.
Yeah, man.
Massive news.
Place I used to live at, there was a huge gang at the end of the road, and there'd always be 2 or 3 of them outside the door. I would walk past them every day without the slightest worry, because I wasn't in that world.
No.
What the fuck ought to do with me? And in fact, in some ways, I kind of like them being there.
You know when people say
kept it quiet
about the stabbings in the UK, they all make the news. If someone's stabbed to death in one part of the UK, you can read about it. You will see it because it's news. We get excited about that sort of thing. An armed old man stopped a terrorist when he entered our parliament shooting with a rifle. There we go. The exception that proves the rule. Then there we are. Happened once. That's it. It's a goer. It's a goer. Well, I'm going to say thank you so much to so many of you for responding exactly how expected. And so excited and triggered are you. It was quite wonderful to see. I love people who are so easily vexed by the basically irrelevant opinion of foreigners. But there we go. That's the kind of paranoid, terrified world that you choose to live in, and that's cool. That's your choice. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, on Live Leak, obviously, if you're watching there. The guys that came over to triggerwarning.tv, that's fantastic. And everyone watching on Facebook and YouTube, thank you so much for watching. And by the way, insulting my country doesn't bother me. I'm all right with it. It's really, we're not quite as fucking delicate as you chaps. That's fine. I can't read through all those. I will have a look through them later, though, obviously. And I will have a look through them later, and we'll go through them. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching. The podcast is out tomorrow. You can catch that social media. That'll be on the Trigger Warning website as well. This show will be put out for repeat probably after the weekend, and we've got some other bits and pieces coming. But until then, thank you so much. See you soon. Bye-bye. And by the way, many of you appear to have been triggered, so I guess we've delivered on our promise. Bye-bye, guys.